So let's talk about another one of those reasons why he could have a great season. And of course, it's something we've talked about a little bit before, how he's in this system now. He's got the same head coach. He's got the same offensive coordinator. He's got pretty much the same weapons. And the term today was fast and loose, right? That's how Kevin Stefanski wants him to play. And, we don't see a ton in these spring practices, but I'll say this, especially on Tuesday, it seemed to me like Baker was taking a little extra time with some of his receivers. So I'm talking to Rashard Higgins for a little while, and, just based on how his hand movements and the way he was talking to him, it seemed like they were going over something. He did the same thing with Austin Hooper, which tells me this is a guy who is sort of taking some more ownership of this offense and really does have an understanding of it. So that's another one of these reasons why Baker is kind of set up to really have this fan to kind of show us, yes, I belong in that same discussion with these other guys.
Well, a confident Baker is a really good Baker. Whenever Baker Mayfield is playing with that utmost confidence in himself, he is dynamite. And that's how he played in college. That's how he played in the last half of his rookie year. He lost it in 2019, and we saw what happened when he pressed and when he just was the deer in the headlights, and he just did not have that confidence. He didn't trust the scheme. He didn't trust the coaching staff. He didn't trust what was going on around him. And now he does. He has absolute confidence in the scheme, in Alex Van Pelt. I mean, he really listens to these guys. When you have a track record of working with the quarterbacks that these guys have worked with and the success that they've had with these guys, like Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't take long before you buy into what they're telling you. And Baker is completely bought in. He knows he's in good hands. He knows that they're going to put him in situations to succeed. Alex was a quarterback in the NFL. He knows how to work with a quarterback really, really well. Baker can talk to him. Baker can say, I need more play action. I need to get the ball to Rashard Higgins. I need to roll out in this situation. They're communicating very, very well. So Baker is owning this offense. He's had a big say, a big hand in shaping it and honing it to help them play to his strengths. And you could just see that that's what's happening now. And he is owning it. And this is the key part of that. And I've been saying this for the last few podcasts. Now, when you bring back an Odell Beckham Jr., and you also then still have a Jarvis Landry, and you've got an Austin Hooper, and you've got all these big name receivers and skill players on your football team, you don't have the voices in your head. Oh my gosh, I got to get that Pro Bowler the ball, and I got to get that Pro Bowler the ball, and I've got to get that Pro Bowler the ball. He's not going to worry about that. He's going to look out there. He's going to find the open man. He's going to look for the one-on-one matchup. He's going to stick his foot in the ground, and he's going to nail it. And he's going to throw that football with confidence. That's how he's going to play this year. And he's not going to have those voices in his head. He owns this offense. It's his this year.
Another thing too, and this maybe goes with some of that in-person stuff that we've discussed. Like we can talk about whether the off-season program is entirely necessary, but there is benefit to having guys here in person. And a lot of what we've seen has been sort of walkthrough install type stuff this week. But it seems like there's been sort of a focus on the operation a little bit. Kevin Stefanski has talked about cadence and rhythm and things like that. And I just remember one of those team produced mic'd up segments like early in the year last year where Kevin Stefanski said something to Baker Mayfield, and it was about, he was going over like the stuff that he wanted him to do. And he just threw out there, let's make sure the operation is sound. Right. And we all remember in 2019, it was a mess. They weren't getting up to the line in time. They weren't, they were snapping the ball with very little time on the play clock. And it was because everything was rushed. They couldn't get guys in and out of the huddle. Mm-hmm. So I think there's also a benefit to that same system, same coaching staff stuff, but now also you're really going to get this operation running smoothly. And I think we're going to see this offense move faster this year because I think that's something Kevin Stefanski wanted to do, but they just weren't really able to last year because they just couldn't do things normally at all. And I think we'll see that pace get picked up, and I think that'll help Baker as well.
Yes, absolutely. And they can do different things out of it too. I mean, you can try new wrinkles that you necessarily couldn't have done last year. They were not able to install some new things, try some new things. And I can't get too super specific because you don't want to give away a lot, but I think that we are going to see this offense do some things that Baker can do really well, just because he's such a good field general, and he can, he can audible, he can call the play, he can slide the protections, he can do all the things that he needs to do. And therefore, I think he's going to have a little bit more responsibility to do some of those things this season. And I think that will be good for him. I also do think that they're going to play more 3 wides and more 4 wides. One of the reasons is because they have the personnel to do it. Of course, they have the personnel to do anything that they want. But that is going to be one of the things that they will be able to do, is get more receivers onto the field at the same time. Why not? I mean, why not put Odell, Jarvis, maybe Anthony Schwartz to get the speed out there at the same time? And then you throw a Donovan Peoples-Jones in there too at times. I mean, put 3 and 4 wides out there sometimes. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to see this offense evolve and grow up a little bit this year.